Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in this video I want to show you guys how to make a very fun spinny bead upgrade to a pre-made necklace. Now, I look for something that has a prominent V shape or U or something where I can mount the bead between 2 points, but don't rule out the possibility of like punching or hand drilling a hole to be able to put your wire through. Here I'm using an 18mm amethyst bead and 2 rondels with 26 gauge wire, but you could use any wire, up to a 20 gauge I think, just to keep it easy, as well as any size bead or series of beads, so long as it spans the distance between, I'm going to call it the shoulders of the piece. So from here, we're going to take our 26 gauge wire, and there will be links to all the different tools and materials used down below. And instead of a rondel, I'm actually going to use this super cute little bead cap. Sorry for all the paint all over my hands. I've been doing leather working. And so we're just going to slide on that bead cap, slide on our bead, and then slide on another bead cap. This is a really fun and great confidence building project for if you're a beginner, or if you just need something that, like I really like the look of these Celtic knot, necklaces, but I feel like they're a little lacking, in some artsy fartsiness. So I like just being able to add a little something to it. I'm a huge advocate of not every single project needs to be a life-altering masterpiece. Sometimes just having fun is good too. And so I'm just going to begin by actually removing all of the beads that we just threaded on. Setting that down. And I'm going to start by just doing some wrapping around this first shoulder. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Hopefully I won't wander off camera too much. And I'm going to wrap once, looped through, trying really hard to keep them very close together without overlapping, as well as preventing any kinks from forming in the wire. And I'm going to try to do at least 5 full rotations. So there's 3, and there's 4, and there's 5. And pull tight. You can actually use your thumbnail to kind of layer on top and then squeeze down. That way it's going to look like that. Pinching them together and then tugging. You could also use some bent nose pliers to get in there and cinch everything down nice and snug. And then I'm going to thread both of these now through our beads. So again, starting with the bead cap, and then threading on our large amethyst. You could use any gemstone, or even a drilled crystal point would be really pretty here, though it may be slightly less spinny. And you can see as we push that down, it has 2 wires coming into it. And then we're going to thread on the bead cap. And now we're going to bring this to the other shoulder. I'm going to bend this wire off to the side just to get it out of the way. And then, as you can see, this one, the main wrapping wire, came from above. So I'm going to stay on that same side of the pendant. So grabbing, coming through. So that's our first full rotation. Trying real hard to make sure there's no kinks and everything stays nice and tight as we wrap. Bringing through again. There's 3 rotations. So it's almost like you're sewing if you're doing a whip stitch. There's 4 rotations. There is a 5th rotation. And something that's a lot of fun to do is with these mystery metal pieces, I actually went through and enameled this one did like a really generous couple of layers with Pim to provide a bit of a barrier. That way it won't irritate anyone's skin. But to make a nice little cast out of it, and then make it yourself out of polymer clay, or use it as an imprint, or different things, because again, I really like the design, but may want to add some of my own personal elements to it. And then we're going to take the tail wire that we just finished wrapping with and feed down through trying to get it through. Oh, there it goes, right out the other side. I'm going to use my bent nose pliers to grab it. And again, trying to keep it from kinking. And so now our bead actually has 3 wires going through it. And so from here, we can actually take this and sew a few stitches below. So there's 1. Again, I'm going to try to do 5, but we'll see. 2. And 3. The wire that I'm using here is a dead soft copper core by Parawire. So even though it has a copper core, it is silver plated and then enameled. So it won't tarnish. It's very durable. You can see it's handling up really well to even all of this work getting wrapped and stuff. Now also, just something to keep things a little bit more stable and from loosening up, because the less wiggle that you allow something, the tighter it will stay. We could just continue wrapping the tail all the way down, but it's your piece, you do you. Bringing that around. And then from here, we can actually take this tail, and if we want, if we're able, tuck it back into the core of the bead, which it doesn't really want to go, so I'm not going to force it. And now I'm going to take my wire snips, snip it, then bend that down. Keep everything nice and snug. And so you can see how that spins quite nicely. Now another idea here too is if you want to put a little bit more of yourself into this project, we could definitely detach this pendant, like the focal point, from the mechanized chain that it's on, and then make some wire wrapped bead links or strung beads as a full necklace. And that could be really cool. Make much more of a statement piece. And just stitching around. Bent nose pliers really come in handy for getting through those little holes and just tucking everything around. Coming through, grabbing and tightening down. I'm going to go ahead and snip it here. I want to make sure that I don't want to leave any like pokey ends or anything like that. We're good. And there we are, y'all. And I really like it. I actually like it better with these bead caps than I do with the rondels, but different stuff for different folks. Pokes, it's people and folks. And it just spins. It's a really fun necklace to like fiddle with whenever you wear it. If y'all have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave those down below. There will be links in the video description to all of my different social media like presences, as well as my Patreon if you guys want to lend even more support over there. And then also to the links are Amazon affiliate links, so anything that you purchase through those links greatly benefits our company, and I really appreciate that. But thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me. I hope that this was helpful to you, and I will see y'all in my next video. So happy crafting. Oh wait, also there's also my vlog And like if you click there, that'll take you to my vlog. If you click there, you can subscribe, and there might be a thing popping up on the screen right here for like watching another video. So I'm trying to get a hang of like putting stuff on the screen during editing. So we'll see how that goes. But happy crafting, y'all. Bye.